Gather close, children. His story is one of courage, sacrifice, and the heavy burden of leadership. It is a story of Richard the Lionheart. In the 12th century, in the heart of England, there lived a king, Richard the First, known to all as Richard the Lionheart. Brave and unyielding, he was a king who led armies across foreign lands, one of the greatest warriors the world had ever seen. His name struck fear into the hearts of his enemies, and his courage knew no bounds. But my young ones, this story is not one of glorious battles won, nor of kingdoms claimed. This tale unfolds not on a battlefield, but in a time when a warrior's greatest fight is not against others, but against the inevitable pull of fate. In the year 1199, after years of war and conquest, Richard the Lionheart began his journey back to England from the Holy Land. Wounded, weary, and eager to return home, he passed through the heart of France. It was there, at a small castle in Chalus, that his fate would take a dark turn. The arrow, though not fatal at first, was poisoned. It was the work of an assassin, hiding in the shadows of the castle. Despite his great strength and valor, Richard could not escape the poison that quickly spread through his veins. Richard, even as death approached, refused to retreat. He was a king, a warrior, and the people of England depended on him. But fate, as it often does, had other plans. His men, desperate to save him, tried everything: surgery, herbs, even prayers. But nothing could halt the poison's march. In his final moments, Richard's men captured the man who had struck him down. They brought him before their king, hoping for justice. Yet Richard, though racked with pain, looked upon the archer with mercy. He who had taken his life would not meet a violent end. Richard the Lionheart, even in his last breath, chose mercy. He spared the man who had wounded him, a reminder that the greatest strength of a leader lies not in the sword, but in the heart. His enemies knew that even at the end, his courage was unmatched. Soon Richard passed away, not in a blaze of glory, but in the quiet of a stormy night. His body was returned to England, but his heart, his true essence, was buried in the land he loved. And so, Richard the Lionheart left this world. His life, a tale of war and mercy, of victory and loss, of strength and sacrifice. He died not as a conqueror, but as a man who gave everything for his people. Remember, young ones, bravery is not about how many battles you win or how many enemies you defeat. It is about how you face the darkness that comes for us all. Richard the Lionheart did not die in glory but in honor. And that, my children, is the truest form of courage.